Hello and welcome to the hard sell, where the stick in the swill-bucket rattles back. It's St. Paddy's Day, or at least it's imminent, so let's all wear something green, drink prodigious amounts of molasses-thick stout, and enjoy a special edition of Have a Break.
Have a break.
You'll be having a break, so. Yes, we're going back to ruddy old television Orion for this one. Or more accurately, RTE 2. That's the sort of logo I want to give 10 out of 10 for effort. Do you not think if you flip the number 2 on its upside, it'll look like a letter T? Do you not see it? Upside down 2 looks like a letter T. Look, if you let me have this, I'll let you get away with that lowercase e that just looks like an O with the hiccups. Right so? Still, at least it's not this mess, which arrived by the end of 1985. No wonder when they finally hit on this in 1995, they fell sobbing on its shoulder and never changed it again. But the commercials we're looking at today are from early in that year. Not sure precisely when, but probably before St. Paddy's Day 1985. In Ireland, this is one of those Proustian adverts, and indeed products, that reduce one to helpless, non-functional nostalgia for several minutes after viewing it.
Back a busker, bring them back a treat. You know that every kid'll love the magic in the middle.
Busker, a Jacob's biscuits joint. You know, like the club. Lunchbox fodder. Which is part of the reason why everyone in Ireland of a certain age wants it brought back. It's a childhood treat of a specific kind. An oasis of chocolate in the middle of the bastard school day. And it had this cute and catchy advert too. Although I don't know how much I trust it, to be honest.
So play it on a banjo or bang it on a drum, but bring them back a busker, mum.
New busker from Jacob's.
This one-man band tramp is inevitably a bit sketchy for a spokesman, for one thing. And why is he dancing over the leftover material from the LWT logo? And then there's the ending, where, Pied Piper-like, he whips the kids into a frenzy in which they kidnap adults and force them to provide chocolatey treats. It's not just him that's the problem, though. The advert itself is curiously unwilling to explain what's so great about the product.
The great big chocolate biscuit with the sensational centre.
You know that every kid'll love the magic in the middle.
Your hobo says the kids will love the magic in the middle, and a voiceover reiterates that the middle of the bar is special in some way, but they don't ever actually explain what the deal is. Is it orange flavoured? Caramel? Mint? What's in there? Nougat? Crack? Doesn't matter, just buy it for the kids or they will kill you. Like a Children of the Corn scenario.
So play it on a banjo or bang it on a drum, but bring us back a busker, mum.
The blue ribbon. The ultimate in excellence that says there's nothing better.
Funny, because if you Google it now and look up the question, what does a blue ribbon stand for, you get the answer, child abuse. I don't think that's what we're being sold here, though. Neither is it chronic fatigue syndrome, Norwegian prostate cancer, or Crohn's disease. Before the whole concept of wearing a ribbon of whatever colour for whatever cause became hopelessly balkanised in the 90s, a blue ribbon was generally the colour of first prize, or quality and distinction in general. So what is it that's so great here? Mayonnaise.
The ultimate in excellence that says there's nothing better.
Hellmann's mayonnaise. Hellmann's real mayonnaise, as opposed to all those imposters. Indeed, it's also used the slogan, the only mayonnaise. Literally nothing else counts. At this time, though, across the Irish Sea, this stuff was being promoted by Bob Carroll-G's as a living cartoon character. The Irish were taking it much more seriously.
Hellmann's real mayonnaise. Simply nothing better.
Now, maybe you're thinking, have you tried sex? But this is a Catholic country, remember. Well, mostly, don't at me. Point is, you're not supposed to try sex, except for reproductive purposes. And you certainly shouldn't enjoy it if you can help it. which in terms of earthly pleasures apparently leaves mayonnaise.
Hellmann's real mayonnaise. Simply nothing better.
And now, a pretty half-assed genre pastiche, to be perfectly honest. Pretty amusing if you're paying attention, though.
Tayto crisps. So fresh, they're irresistible. Well, it's only what you'd expect from Tayto.
So there's Alison Doody, displaying all the emotion and charisma she projected in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, doing the espionage Catwoman thing, albeit in a decorative blouse instead of some kind of spy costume. And wouldn't you know it, the safe full of top-secret binders also contains the product being sold. And then along comes the Mark, cosplaying as Joss Ackland in White Mischief for some reason, and he catches up with Alison for the comedy punchline. Maybe I'm an unobservant twat, I probably am, but it took until the second viewing to realise that Alison did just take the crisps. She actually got what she presumably came for as well, the unspecified secrets. Not only that, but this White Mischief dumbass lets her get away with it, as long as he's got his crisps. Well, Tayto is a legendary brand in Ireland. Founded in 1954 and credited, albeit by themselves, with having invented cheese and onion, and the flavouring process that made it possible. Of course, just about every crisp company of sufficient age claims that credit, but Tayto actually has evidence to back it up. And I wasn't kidding about their legendary status either. They even had their own theme park. Although after the pandemic, the Tayto company had to withdraw, and now it's just generically Ireland-themed. Which it mostly was anyway. I mean, I should probably mention the other Tayto, exclusive to the province of Northern Ireland and not related in any way, except that the company from the Republic lets them borrow the name. Don't get them confused. One is Tautological crisps, and the other is Gateaux crisps.
Wouldn't it be nice to keep woods perfect, settled and protect, so tough and strong? Wouldn't it be nice?
I'm surprised I never came across this pun sooner, really. Wouldn't it be nice? You see? Wouldn't it? Yes, hold your applause. Anyway, there's not much to this, but it's remarkably efficient. Surely imagery of colourful wooden things bouncing around with an upbeat soundtrack, so as to engender positive associations in your forebrain, followed by a similarly brightly coloured wooden weathercock getting rained on, but remaining bright and cheery and mobile, keeping the positive momentum, adding an association with weather, and also reinforcing the strength of the wood-protecting dealio that we're trying to sell, by having the chicken get wet and not care. Then a dynamic shot of the product itself, zooming into view, so we associate all those things with that, and the traditional closing shot of logo and slogan, just to make sure the programming holds. Sounds sinister broken down like that, and it is. But I must stress that these are just standard techniques. Even the advertisers don't necessarily know that they're doing all those things, although they might. And either way, they certainly are.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Oh, the anticipation.
This has nothing to do with the fact that ContraPoints used this joke in her new video, by the way. I would have done it anyway. Watch that video, by the way. I know it's 3 hours long, but you're already watching a show about a commercial break from 1985. You don't have anything better to do.
Oh, the excitement. Oh, the tingle. Oh, the ecstasy.
Alright, don't overdo it. It's only water. Water with bubbles, but still water. Well, not still water. You know what I mean. Shut up.
Oh, Perrier, naturellement.
Perrier ran the same campaign in Britain, of course, and for years on end, until well after every possible O pun had been exhausted. Many of them twice. And we're not done with the Frenchiness yet.
This is one of the most important ingredients in baking.
Well, just that egg in particular. What are all the others for?
Every year, over 11 million eggs go into the making of cakes by Gateaux.
Cakes by Gateaux is a bit of a tautology, really, but that's the brand name. Deal with it.
That's why every Gateaux cake has that Irish country fresh taste.
Why is it so important that it's Irish? Given that you're in Ireland, it hardly seems like it's going to be particularly special or novel. And if it really is that important, why the French name? Why don't you use the Irish word for kettle? Might have been a bit hard to sell with that brand name, yeah. Still though, Gateaux, as a brand, is bloody difficult to Google. Just as well Lions dropped it right before the internet was invented.
Gateaux, bakers of country fresh cakes.
And if you finally decided you'd quite simply rather be in France than Ireland, here's a boat. With a massive clover on the funnel, but still driving away from Ireland.
Travelling to France with Irish Continental Line means finding a part of it that you will want to call your own.
But can't, because it's already France.
Find your part of France with Irish Continental Line.
I don't think I could get away with claiming Paris as my part of France somehow.
Offering daily sailings and value-for-money holidays.
See how happy everyone looks. Now cheer up, you little bastards. Would you rather have gone to Galway again?
3 direct routes throughout the summer.
Your lovely clean floor.
Until...
Is it as clean and safe as it looks?
If you have to ask, and you're an advert, then the answer is bound to be no.
Cleaning gets rid of the dirt you can see. But what about the germs you can't? Well, now here's some good news. There's a thorough, easy cleaner which has disinfectancy built in.
Is that even a word? Disinfectancy? Apparently it is, at least in the technical language of professional chemistry, but not so much among the housewives of Dublin or Cork. Which is why it has to be spelled out, I suppose. In fact, this advert in general seems to believe that its intended audience, the aforementioned housewives, are generally a bit slow on the uptake. Not only is the voiceover very slow and careful, as if addressing imbeciles, but it reiterates the whole "you can't see germs" premise at least 3 times, including twice over at the end.
Flash. Flash works to fight the dirt you can see and the germs you can't. Flash, for the dirt you can see and the germs you can't.
Do you get it, ladies? Germs are very, very small. You can't see them. But they'll make your baby sick, so they will. So you need this special thing to get rid of them. Remember, even if you can't see them, doesn't mean you're rid of them. Because they're very, very small, and you can't see them anyway. Are you understanding me, ladies? This will clean up your floor and get rid of those things that are very, very small but still make your baby sick. These are clearly some isolated men in the advertising industry, so they don't realise that they'd have been punched in the face before they could get past the first but. Actually, having done that whole bit, this isn't an Irish advert, at least not exclusively. The same one ran in the UK with a British voiceover, which was altogether plummier and sounded a little more like it's insulting you right at the end, if you're not properly paying attention.
Flash for the dirt you can see and the germs you can't.
Ah, I'd almost forgotten it was the 80s. Not sure why that decade loved neoplasticism so much, but it did. Now, you might expect an advert using all this Mondrian imagery to be for beauty products of some kind. They usually were at this time, but instead it's for a car.
Ford Orion, a uniquely practical car. Practical luxury combined with excellent economy.
The Ford Orion, essentially the slightly smaller family saloon version of the Escort. Very popular in Europe, apparently, especially in the UK, where it sold like hotcakes, presumably to people who still missed a Cortina and couldn't be doing with all these poxy hatchbacks that had taken its place. Did alright in Ireland too, I expect.
As passenger, you are spaciously relaxed. As driver, you are comfortably in control.
This advert is mostly an exercise in style, but a good one, as the car drives along the perspex Roman roads of a Piet Mondrian abstract.
Orion drives like a dream. The unique Ford Orion, practical luxury from front to rear.
On January the 1st, 1985, Cork City began celebrating its 800th anniversary.
There aren't many cities in Ireland, and Cork City is essentially the Birmingham to Dublin's London, if you like. Shut up, Mancunians, Liverpudlians, the Welsh and everyone else. I'm talking in terms of general public perceptions. Cork is considered Ireland's second city. And in 1985, it turned 800 years old. The settlement's been there even longer, but in 1185 is when King Henry II, the one with the turbulent priest, gave it its charter to upgrade from walled town to actual city. As good an excuse to spend the year drinking as any, particularly with the country in economic depression and the troubles in their neighbouring province increasingly seemingly endless. Just about every major settlement found something to celebrate between 1984 and 1993, whether it was their foundation, Dublin did theirs a year early just in case, or some historic battle, or just an unusually round number found when carbon dating the soil. Cork's started right from January the 1st, when they had a bit of a parade, and the President showed up to unveil a stele, while a bunch of balloons went off.
President Hillary unveiled a memorial, and hundreds of balloons were released.
And then there was a concert, which is what this advert is for. Or a recording of it, at least.
Highlight of the evening was a gala concert at City Hall with the RTE Concert Orchestra and Cork choirs and artists.
Not that it says much about it, or even seems to have very much enthusiasm for it.
Now an LP recording of the Cork 800 inaugural concert is available at record stores, price $5.99.
Even the RTE logo seems out of date. And because this is Ireland, everything is local and advertising is cheap, a couple of still images narrated by RTE announcers.
Free top-quality tea mugs, tokens exchangeable at all participating BP stations.
What it is that makes them top-quality mugs is open to question, but what the hell, they're free. Well, apart from the 25 pence you've got to spend on petrol first. Did I mention the economy's in a depression?
Tokens exchangeable at all participating BP stations.
And finally,
when thinking home security, think Irish, think protection, think security screens.
That national pride gets into everything, even the visible intruder deterrent, which appears to consist of literal bars on the windows, possibly electrified, or maybe with hidden spikes that pop up if they feel a fist curl around them. They'll learn, the bastards.
Act now.
Designed and made in Ireland. None of the foreign Protestant stuff. And now on RTE2, the All-Ireland Summarise Finnegan's Wake competition, for all I know, because the clip ends here. And that's some adverts from Ireland in 1985. The thing that strikes me is how much more polite and even solemn the adverts here are. And that's as much a function of time as anything else. All adverts were calmer 40 years ago than they are now, when they have to correct for technology making them more skippable than ever, while growing ever more lurid and manic. But there are measurable differences even at the time, such as with the mayonnaise. It can't just be that Irish people wouldn't know who Bob Carolgees is. And the Tayto espionage pastiche is arguably more of a ballet than a comedy set piece. Even Gateaux makes Mr. Kipling look like Billy Mays. Like I said, it's the time as much as the place, or more. You can't really learn anything from a single sampling like this anyway, but look, I had to come to some kind of conclusion here, alright? And I thought I'd at least try to make it as little bollocks as possible. Just don't cite me in an essay or anything. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
And it's no more.
just sat through a Bob the Fish production. Nice! If you haven't already, you absolutely must check out bobthefish.org.uk. Literally hundreds more videos not unlike that one, adding up to days worth of entertainment and all absolutely free. But if you're not a cold-hearted skinflint, you can always support us on Patreon. For as little as anything at all, you can make programs like the one you just watched possible in the first place, and become eligible for bonus material such as glimpses of the book I'm writing about the BBC, monthly riffings on random commercial breaks, the complete archives of the angry political satire magazine Two Sons, and even the odd very occasional bonus video essay unavailable anywhere else. If nothing else, you should prevent me from starving and or freezing to death in the foreseeable future, so that'd be nice. No pressure or anything. You make it what it is.